But Vishnu, this is the point that I wanted to, take further. Nobody is going to argue that of course you're inexperienced when compared to Mahesh or even Rohan. They've played on the ATP tour at a level that you haven't yet. But, why is it that all of this had to be said in the media when he's in such good terms with you? Do you feel as a senior, if nothing else, as a senior, Leander Paes could have actually refrained from making certain comments and actually, respected your dignity in the media?
I mean, to be really honest, personally, I don't feel he has said anything to reduce my dignity or to say anything that he hasn't given enough respect to me. He's always given the respect what I deserve. He's always been in constant touch with me, taken really good care of not only me but a couple of other players who are the similar level. He's always motivated us, kept us saying that you guys are the next for Indian tennis. You need to keep working really hard, and we cannot fill in the shoes of Leander and Mahesh. It's difficult to do that, but we are trying to do our best.
Just Vishnu, one more thing. So where is this comment about grass court shoes coming from? Did you have a word with Leander Paes? And did you express that, okay, I need proper gear and I don't have it? If you didn't, why is it that Leander even made such comments? Shouldn't he have just personally spoken to you?
No, I mean, we haven't spoken anything about specifically about grass court shoes, but usually because there are very few grass court tournaments on tour, people usually use the hard court shoes for the grass court tournaments as well. So that might have been one of Leander's concern, that before I get to London I need to get my gear right, get my shoes right. But I would like to say that I had played on the grass courts last year in London. I had a 6-week tournament over there, and even the grass court national championship I had won in 2007. So I use grass court shoes. So
exactly, that is the point. Leander knows that you have played on grass courts before. He knows that you won the grass court national. Keeping all of that in mind, don't you think that this comment was really out of place to almost present you in the light that you're not able to acquire proper tennis gear? That's really, condescending at one level.
I mean, if you see that way, yeah, but personally I don't think, I think it was just a very casual statement that, that he said it out that, I hope Vishnu is really prepared in terms of everything, and it's such a small thing he's really concerned about.
Vishnu, couple of final questions. Shivani's put it all really in perspective about how this is a condescending comment that was completely not required. It could have been made personally to you in an email or over the phone. It didn't have to be certainly to journalists. But Vishnu, the one thing that strikes us, even in the last 15 minutes, chatting with you, you've been so gracious about it. You're inexperienced compared to these other guys, but you've been gracious. You've maintained your dignity. It's not like you've shut yourself out. You have spoken to Headlines Today and to Shivani before as well, but you've maintained your dignity. You haven't, lashed out at anybody. You haven't criticized anybody. You're obviously conscious of that, aren't you, Vishnu? The fact that you're perhaps the only person in this list of dramatis personae who hasn't really called attention to themselves in any undignified sort of manner.
It's very difficult for me to comment. I'm just saying what I feel and what exactly the right thing is going on between all of us. See, end of the day, we all are tennis players, and as Olympic is such a huge event, and this is the first time that we're sending as many players as possible. It's a huge contingent going to participate in tennis. So hopefully we can put everything, all the things whichever has happened in the past aside, and try and get as many medals as possible for the country.
One final question, Vishnu. What did you think, and I'm asking you this only because I'm curious, what did you think about what happened as far as Sania Mirza was concerned, that very emotional outburst that she had, which again Shivani reported first? What did you think about that? Because a lot of people said that was an emotional outburst. You had the AITA coming out and saying, this is not the time for bickering. You haven't been bickering personally, but what did you think about that episode?
I mean, the statements given by Sania is her own personal opinion, I wouldn't really want to comment anything on it, but one thing is I'm really happy, I'm really thankful to Sania for the kind words. It's a huge confidence boost for me right before Olympics, when all these things were happening, considering me as a junior player, as an inexperienced player, and then Sania coming out and telling that, Vishnu has done it in the past, and having Leander by his side, he can go one step ahead of it. It's a huge confidence boost for me and a huge motivational factor.
Well, I can tell you that she definitely meant it, and we here at Headlines Today certainly wish you the very best, Vishnu Vardhan, for the Olympics. We're sure that you're going to shine. You're a rising star, and thank you for being so dignified and gracious through this very ugly episode, if I may call it that, in Indian tennis. Thanks also to Shivani for getting us those updates, and Vishnu, Shivani is going to be watching everything that happens with you very closely over the next few weeks.